Morning people, I'm going to have a crack at making some croissants today, okay. It's a two-stage process, okay. We need to make the dough, okay, and then we leave it overnight, and then the next day we can then laminate it with butter, okay. So I'm making quite a big batch, but I'll put the recipe on, you can do whatever you like with it. A kilo of bread flour, I've got some warm water with our yeast just blooming or just activating it. We've got some sugar and salt, we've got some melted butter, and we've got some egg yolks, okay. These egg yolks are from my Italian buttercream the other day, okay. So if you've got whole eggs, you could always use the egg whites for a buttercream or for some meringues, whatever takes your fancy, okay. So we're going to start making first of all. My yeast has just been in my water, it's warm water, for about 10 minutes, okay. We're just going to push that to one side. It's just to activate it, okay. And then we're going to sort out our dry mixer, okay. So we've got our bread flour. We're adding our salt and sugar to it. And then I'm just using a whisk to incorporate it, okay. Nothing, I'm not going to whisk the dough with it, don't worry, okay. Just to incorporate all the salt and stuff together. And then we are going to add our yeast and water in. Make sure we get it all. Okay. Just gonna give it a quick stir. And then I've got some melted butter, okay? It's warm, it's not too hot, it's just gently melted, alright? And then we need 4 egg yolks, okay? So I'm just going to get them out of my tub. So we've got 4 egg yolks in there as well, okay? And now we're just going to mix it together and make a dough, okay? So I would start with a spoon if I was you. It just makes your life a little bit more easy, and you don't waste half on your hands. Okay, so mix together like a rough dough. So our dough is more or less come together in the bowl, okay. Now I'm going to put it on the surface, and we need to give it a good knead, okay, for about 5 or 10 minutes, yeah. So all I do normally is just fold over and push and then turn, okay. Fold over, push, turn. Just a nice easy knead. So we need to knead this, and then we're going to ferment it overnight, okay. So obviously it's got yeast in there, and then we're going to laminate it with butter to make our croissants. So we're just going to knead this to develop the gluten. Obviously mix all our ingredients together, okay. So this is probably going to take about 5 minutes, right? Right now I've been kneading this for just over 5 minutes, okay. It's nice and smooth, and then we need to cover it up and put it in the fridge, okay. So I'm going to use some cling film, okay. So we'll put it into cling film, give it a push down, okay. This is going to expand a bit, so we just need to be careful, okay. Don't wrap it too tight, okay. But we need it tight enough. I'm just going to do that, okay, and then flip it over and just fold the sides in, okay. And that needs to go in the fridge for at least 16 hours. We'll see you tomorrow. So next job, okay, I'm also going to get my butter sorted out to put in the fridge overnight as well. So I've cut my butter into slices, long ways, okay, that I've overlapped them and stuff, okay. They're on a bit of greaseproof paper, and now all we're going to do is give them a little bit of press, give them a bit of a bash down, so they're all one piece of butter, okay. Okay, you can see it's all sort of like joined together, so I'm just going to carry on with that for 2 minutes and get back. Now as you can see, my butter's all one piece, one block of butter. Okay, so a nice square, it's all the same size. So all I'm going to do to that is wrap it back up in the grease proof. Okay, and I'm going to put it in the fridge ready for tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Morning guys, so my dough has been in the fridge overnight. Okay, I've just rolled out some flour, a little bit of flour, just so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the bench. Okay, my butter is out as well, so as you can see. So what we need to try and do now is to roll out some ears to fold over. Okay, so it's about the same sort of, make sure the dough is the same size as your butter first. And then what we're going to do, just make sure you got enough flour around and it's not going to stick. And then we're going to roll out the sides. So we're going to make what we call ears, okay? So we roll the ears out in each corner. Try and make sure it's equal. And then we're going to roll the middle a bit just so it's not so big in the middle. Like that. And then we're going to put our butter in the middle. Okay, and then encase it with the dough. And any excess flour we need to rub off. Okay. Make sure any holes are sealed. Like that. And then we're just going to let that rest for 10 minutes, okay, because you don't want your butter too hard when you start rolling out, okay. So I'm just going to put it to the side, let it rest for a minute. Right, next step is to start to roll, okay. And what we need to do first is to push with the rolling pin down. So we're not rolling at the moment, we're just trying to pat the butter down, okay. So if you roll too much, you're going to split your butter, okay. So I'm going to pat down with the rolling pin for a little while, just to get it going and get it pliable. Okay, just like that, and then we can start gently rolling, yeah? Right, so we carry on rolling, okay, even pressure all the way along. Make sure we keep it nice and rectangular, okay. And then we're going to give it a turn, okay. So we're going to give it a third the way in, okay. We make sure it's nice and straight, and then we just make sure that fits there, okay. Again, any excess flour, just rub it off, okay. And then we're going to bring this third over, just like that. Make sure it's even, okay. You can see I'm moving it around. There we go. So that's our first fold, okay. We'll now put that in the fridge for half an hour and come back and do that. For the second fold, we're going to do exactly the same again. Going to go with the rolling pin, press it down first. Try and keep it nice and rectangular, okay? Make sure it doesn't stick as well. And then a nice even roll. Okay, we do exactly the same again as we did to the first fold. Okay, just make sure your ends are nice and square. And then again, we're going to go into the middle. Brush off any excess flour. And then we're going to put it in the fridge again for another roll out, so another turn. Okay, so same again. Push it down. And then you start rolling, okay? Right, so I've rolled my dough out. I'm now going to fold it in the middle, okay? So give it a book turn. Okay, so make sure you bring both sides in. And then take any extra flour off. And then bring over. And there's your third turn. And we put that in the fridge and we leave it one more, and that's time to use. Right, so I've just rolled out for its last turn. Okay, so we're going to go give it a third turn again. Okay, so thirds and then over, alright? Again, brush off any excess flour. Okay, make sure your corners are square. Make sure that this next bit fits, which it does. Give it a little bit of a push down, just make sure it's nice and square. Okay, and then we go back on the top. Okay. And there's your croissant dough, okay? So I'm just going to rest that in the fridge for a few hours, okay? Probably 2 to 4 hours just to relax it, okay? And then I'll come back and we'll roll it out. Right, so our dough's been resting. It's been in there for 2 hours, okay? It's just nice and soft. You need to rest it because if not, it's too elastic to roll out, okay? So now we need to roll it out a bit more thinner this time, okay? So we're going to roll it out to about 1/2 centimetre, okay? I'll do that and I'll get back. So I've rolled my dough out to about 1/2 centimetre thick. I'm just going to cut it in half, alright? Because this recipe is going to make quite a few croissants, alright? But I'm just going to make them and put in the freezer. So I've cut it in half just so it's easier for me, okay? And then you can see some of the layers as well, and it's about 1/2 centimetre thick. Alright, I'm just going to even out a little bit just to make sure it's all the same thickness. Okay. And then I'm going to mark up, okay, for the croissants. Now we're going to cut, okay? So you need to make nice triangles. Okay, so equal triangles. So nice, use a nice big long knife. Okay, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, there we go. So out of that one side I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're gonna make over 20 croissants of this dough, okay? What we do now is we take our triangles, okay, we stretch the bottom out a little bit, okay, and then we roll them, okay, to make your croissant, okay? We're going to put one onto a tray, so just lined. Make sure the little end bit is at the bottom, so when they cook, they don't unravel. All right, because if it's on the top, they're going to pop open and unravel. All right, I'll do another one for you. Let me just find a bit of room. All right, we take our triangle, and then we roll them up. Okay, and again, make sure the bottom bit is on the bottom, and don't put them too closely on the tray. They're going to prove up quite a lot. Okay, I'll probably only cook about 6 or 8 today to show you. We'll do one more. Okay, stretch the ends, flop it over, and then roll them up. Okay, lovely croissants. You can see the layers. Alright, and then again, make sure the bottom bit is stuck to the bottom, and then they go on the tray with the end point at the bottom of the tray. There we go, we've got 8 croissants there. We've now got to prove these for about an hour or 2 hours until they're nice and doubled in size. Okay, then we can egg wash them. Alright, so I'm just going to cover them gently with some cling film and let them prove for 2 hours. So they've been there for about 2 hours now, they're doubled in size. All we need to do now is gently egg wash them, okay, really gently, because if not, they're going to go flat. So we just egg wash the middle stripes, okay, and like the side bits. So not the whole thing, so just gently go over the middle, and then do the 2 little side bits, okay. If you get too much egg wash over the edges, that will stop your pastry from puffing up, yeah? And then they're going to go into an oven at gas mark 8, so about 200 degrees for about 45 minutes, or 30 minutes, 45 minutes, okay? We'll probably drop the temperature halfway through to about 160, so they don't burn. Just make sure they're nice and egg washed, and we'll see you in a minute.